Most of us think real change requires big, dramatic action. Waking up at 5 a.m., overhauling our routines, becoming a completely new person overnight. But what if the very thing we dismiss as too small to matter is actually the most powerful lever for rewiring our brains? The tiny habit that changed everything for me took less than 1 minute a day. It wasn't a new productivity system or a strict routine. It was simply this: pausing once each day to notice one thing I did right. At first, it felt almost pointless, but within 7 days, something shifted. My inner dialogue softened. My motivation returned. Tasks felt lighter. Psychology shows that small, repeated mental patterns can reshape how we think far faster than we expect. Here's why this tiny habit works, and why it might quietly transform your brain too. 1. Your brain believes what you repeat, not what you intend. Research indicates that the brain strengthens neural pathways through repetition. This means the thoughts you practice even casually become your default. If your inner voice constantly highlights mistakes, your brain wires itself for self-criticism. But when you deliberately notice what went right, you train it to recognize competence. Imagine finishing a workday and only replaying the awkward meeting or the email you forgot to send. Now, compare that to pausing and thinking. I handled that conversation calmly, or I showed up even when I was tired. The second approach doesn't ignore flaws, it balances the picture. Over time, this repetition builds a more accurate and supportive self-image. What feels like forced positivity at first is actually mental training. 2. Small wins reduce overwhelm by making progress visible. Psychology shows that perceived progress increases motivation. When goals feel distant, the brain interprets effort as pointless, leading to procrastination or shutdown. Tiny acknowledgements of success act like proof that movement is happening. For example, if you're trying to get healthier, focusing only on the end goal, losing weight, or running a marathon can feel discouraging. But noticing, I chose water over soda today, or I went for a 5-minute walk, tells your brain progress is real. This shifts the question from, why am I not there yet? To, look, I'm already moving. And movement fuels more movement. 3. Self-recognition calms the nervous system. Research indicates that self-criticism activates the brain's threat response, while self-compassion activates safety and regulation systems. When you constantly judge yourself, your body reacts as if under attack, increasing stress and reducing clarity. That 1-minute habit of noticing what you did right sends a different signal. I am safe. I am capable. This calms your nervous system and makes it easier to think clearly, make decisions, and stay present. Think about how you respond to encouragement from a friend versus harsh criticism. One makes you open and willing. The other makes you tense and defensive. Your brain responds the same way to your own voice. 4. Attention shapes reality more than reality shapes attention. Psychology shows that humans have a negativity bias. We naturally notice problems more than successes. This bias helped our ancestors survive, but today it can distort our self-perception. If 10 things go right and 1 goes wrong, your brain may cling to the one mistake. The tiny habit of noticing one success each day gently corrects that imbalance. It doesn't deny difficulties, it restores proportion. For instance, you might think, I'm terrible at social situations because you remember one awkward pause. But when you intentionally note, I asked a thoughtful question, or I made someone laugh, your self-story becomes more truthful and far kinder. 5. Identity shifts through evidence, not affirmations. Research indicates that lasting behavior change happens when actions provide proof of a new identity. Telling yourself, I am confident, rarely works if your brain has no evidence. But collecting small daily proofs begins to reshape identity from the inside. When you note one thing you did well each day, you are gathering evidence. I follow through. I learn. I adapt. I show up. After a week, the shift is subtle but real. You don't feel like someone pretending to improve. You feel like someone who already is. This is how a tiny habit rewires the brain, not through force, but through evidence. If you're skeptical, that's okay. Most of us were taught that self-improvement must be harsh to be effective. But your brain isn't motivated by punishment. It's guided by patterns, safety, and proof. So tonight, try it. Before you sleep, Pause and ask, what is one thing I did right today? It can be as small as sending a message you were avoiding, taking a deep breath instead of reacting, or simply getting out of bed on a hard morning. That moment is not trivial. It is a vote for a different relationship with yourself. And if you've been feeling stuck, unmotivated, or quietly hard on yourself, this isn't a sign that you're broken. It's a sign that your brain has been practicing one pattern for a long time, and patterns can change. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are learning how to notice your own progress. If this resonated with you, subscribe for more insights that help you understand your mind with compassion instead of criticism.